So hello everyone, this is a Woman Today YouTube channel, and in this channel we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs across India and also across the world. And today our guest is Namrata Mane, a famous hypno healer in Pune. So I welcome you, Namrata Mane, ma'am, to this Woman Today YouTube channel, and I'm very humble to have your interview in your channel. So good morning, ma'am. Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much for having me. It is an honor to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
I'm
So
very good. How are you today?
yeah, I'm good right now, and I have been trying to connect with you, and I have planned to actually come to Pune to have a couple of interviews with other people and mainly with you. And since we have planned to do this earlier, so we are just coming for online interview. So thank you for accepting it. And please self-introduce about yourself, ma'am, because I know about you. So please tell me about yourself so that the audience will be able to understand about your service and about yourself, ma'am.
So, I've been doing this practice for a couple of years now. And the reason why I got drawn to it is because, I found profound healing through the journey. And when I saw the healing that QHHT did, it encouraged me to become a QHHT practitioner. And I'm one of very few in India who are practicing, and level 2 and level 3 in process. So, with not just limiting to QHHT, I have a lot many therapies that I offer. And when I see people come here, get their healing, receive their clearing, understand and align with their life's purpose, so that brings in a lot of joy. So therapies including quantum healing, theta healing, entity clearing, attachments, energy clearing, then chakra clearing, then sound healing. So a lot of use of quantum physics and technology is what I love, and that's how QHHT came about, and I'm on this journey. So yes.
So speaking about QHHT, please tell us about QHHT because I know about quantum healing, but a normal people who is just walking in the road or who is just seeing this interview as a beginner, they'll not be having any kind of ideas but about what we are talking right now because
Right.
QHHT is like an abbreviation term. So please tell us in a full form so that people will be able to understand it and they will be able to get to know about the service you actually do right now, ma'am.
Right. So QHHT is quantum healing hypnosis technique. I'm one of the practitioners. This technique was developed by the late Dolores Cannon, and she has been practicing this from the late 60s, and 45 years of perfecting the art. She has devised this perfect therapy which uses energies, which uses frequencies, and which uses the oversoul. So quantum healing hypnosis technique uses the brain waves, which are naturally available to every human being. And using that, we access the deep roots of the subconscious mind. And once we access those parts of the subconscious, then it becomes easy to change any limiting beliefs, change any trauma response. It also becomes easy to, reprogram the mind, the body, and the soul. And the person who walks into the therapy is not the same person who walks out, because now your concerns, your problems are resolved either 100% or up to 80%. And then you are given tools on how to, self heal and regulate yourself post the therapy as well.
So basically, it's like a frequency which is able to communicate with the person's subconscious mind and to reprogram the subconscious mind. And also, it will help to come back from the past several traumas, either it's a physical or it's kind of mental traumas. They, with the help of your QHHT, they'll be able to come out of it. So that's what you're trying to tell, right, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
By the way,
So
tell me, ma'am.
we explore a lot of aspects of the human mind through QHHT, and it can be the subconscious, the superconscious, the past life, so whatever dynamic is needed to be explored, it is chosen by the person's subconscious itself. And then we understand where the root cause is. We clear the root cause. So whatever you're experiencing in your life, it's a symptom in terms of aches, pains, fears, phobias, traumas. So then that symptom naturally, leaves your system.
The thing is that people do not they are not aware of any kind of super conscious mind, because they know very well that our brain always performs its functions, and at the same time the main thing which controls our life is our subconscious mind. See, whatever we think will just go on in the flow in our mind. It will be keep on circulating in our mind. And the other thing which 99% of people do not know is the subconscious mind, which actually controls everything. Because whatever you think, like, okay, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to do this work for the next upcoming 6 months, and what you'll be just doing this for the 10 days, for the first 10 days you'll be like, okay, I'm going to practice this session for the next 6 months, and after 10 days you'll be just totally stopping your work. But to your surprise, what you'll be doing is, even if you're not able to remind yourself, you'll be doing the same thing till the 6 months, because it's because of the subconscious mind. And also it's like subconscious mind have some kind of power, like, okay, you'll be like, okay, I do not know how many of people have faced this situation in this life, but I have faced, and many of my friends face, like a simple thing, like before going to bed you'll be like, okay, I should wake up tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I should go for jogging, or either I should catch a train or a flight or do something like that. Even if you're not setting any kind of alarm, you'll be waking at the exact same time, like 5 o'clock, or even will be exact 5 minutes before itself, like 4:55. So
Before
yeah,
that time.
yeah, it all happens only because of the subconscious mind, because you programmed it like, okay, we are going to wake it. So in the same way, what
And
yes, tell me, ma'am, you are trying to tell something.
yes, very rightly pointed. So when are you doing this reprogramming? At night, just before falling asleep, right? So what is happening with our brain at that point in time? Our body is relaxed. We are maybe lying down on the bed, and that's when we are going about, okay, what is our day routine going to be like? What time we are planning our next day? What time do I want to wake up? And what is going on? You are going into a relaxed mode. Slowly, your body is unwinding. And in that state, a trance like state gets induced. So, when in a lighter trance, okay, because you are in a lighter trance, and as soon as the lighter trance is induced, and you start saying, tomorrow I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to wake up at this time, I want to do a certain activity. Now, what is happening? That trance becomes a stream that flows straight into your subconscious. And when it goes into your subconscious, because your body is now at a relaxed state, the embedding happens, and your subconscious is like, okay, your wish is my command. You said wake up at 5:30, I will wake you up at 5:30. So that's how it plays out on a daily basis. Now, this what you have done through self-talk is done on a lighter level of trance. And we all have seen that growing up. I said yesterday night that I will wake up at 6, and I woke up just 1 minute before my alarm also rang, and I was already up. So this is exactly the phenomena, like, the undercurrent of the therapy. But we are working at the deepest level of trance. And at the deepest level of trance, there is very deep healing that happens. There are magic, we can just call it magic, because the logical mind is at rest. So logic is of no use at that point. When the logical mind kicks in, the magic work stops. So basically, when we are awake, the subconscious stops coming to the fore. It is in the background. When we are sleeping, then the subconscious comes forward, and it starts doing the repair and restoration work that it has to do for us, right? So that's how QHHT also works. So deep healing and deepest level of brain frequencies, the trance state is what we work under.
So basically you're telling, like, whenever we are in the aware state, like I'm going to do my work, like you're going for a jogging, or either you go for a work in your office, or any kind of activities you do. The thing is that your subconscious mind is actually suppressed. So you're not aware of your subconscious mind. It awakens only when you are sleeping, like when you do not have any kind of activities thinking in your brain. So if you're in a
When your
complete.
left side, when the left side of the brain, which is the logical side of the brain, is quiet, that's when the subconscious is activated.
So it's like only when we are sleeping, like or something like that, or even if we are awake, is there any kind of things that we can actually communicate with subconscious mind?
Yes, yes. When we are in a meditative state, when we are in an induced state of trance, through therapies, through hypnosis, and various kinds of meditation, breath work, one can get induced in that state. It's just altered frequencies. So if I have to speak in language of mathematics or frequencies and numbers, you're basically altering the frequencies of the brain from 0 to 14, where the range is, where alpha, beta, and all the frequencies are. So we're altering the frequencies of the brain, and we are getting you in a more relaxed state of, so that the subliminals are, induced and works very beautifully in the brain.
So speaking about you're getting your clients into a trance state and you're accessing the subconscious mind. So the session which you undergone with the client, from the beginning to the end, is it like the people will sleep and you're going to talk to them in their to the subconscious mind while the people are sleeping, or is it like you're going to talk to them when they are totally awake? So how this therapy kind of works, ma'am?
Yes, so that's a very good question, because that's the biggest concern or fear of a lot of people, especially in India, because they think what we have seen on stage, that people are made to do certain things, or they are completely they've fallen asleep, or they act in a certain way. Is that fearful? Will I be in my control or not? What will happen? Will I know what is happening? Will I be asked to do things which I don't have to do? So nothing of that sort. Hypnosis is a very natural, normal state to all of us. That is why all of us, when we say something just before going to sleep, and we've experienced that. So what happens in a state of hypnosis is, uh, when we are working with the client, like how you and me are talking right now, the only difference will be your eyes will be closed. You will be as aware as you are right now. You know where you are sitting, you know what you are doing, you know what is around you, you know about your surroundings, you know if it is day or night. Okay, so hypnosis is not a process where you are taking a acid shot, or and you're hallucinating, or you are under anesthesia where you absolutely don't know what is happening to you, like under a surgery. It's nothing like that. You are completely in control, you're completely aware, and it's perfectly safe to be under hypnosis, because the mind and body are in a very, very relaxed state. And in that relaxed state, which should ideally be the way we are supposed to be, but with the work and hustle culture, we all are in a very hyperactive mode. That is why this state feels like not normal nowadays. But we are, as humans, were programmed to stay in this normal state, because this is the most creative space that one can be in. That is why the Rishi Munis, or sadhaks who would meditate, uh, always would come up with solutions. That is why India has had such an ancient, culture, or such a knowledgeable country that had so many things. Where was all that coming from? It was coming from the meditative state, where they would meditate in the theta state of trance. So in the trance state is where we access the higher knowledges, and we bring that knowledge down. And then it is processed, simplified, and it is given to people. That is how our ancestors worked. And now we all are understanding. Maybe we people like us practitioners have understood it a little earlier. So we are helping more people to understand how it is something that is for everyone and everybody can heal themselves.
So basically, you're telling that this kind of hypno healing practice is not the modern generation practice. It's actually coming from the roots of the rishis from before thousands of years. The rishis, our great grandfathers, great grandmasters, they have actually professionals in this hypno healing technique. So through meditations, they have achieved every kind of knowledge which is very much needed to access the subconscious mind and to help them overcome the past traumas, to achieve whatever goals they have in their life. So
Gain access to higher knowledge
yeah, again,
because traumas are at a base level. We have to get over it. And when we are not in a survival mode, you know, following Maslow's theory, if you're in survival, you're not achieving enlightenment and spirituality. Once we're out of those states of survival, then we want, recognition, fame, enlightenment. And that's when the stage of enlightenment is where we are at peace, where we don't have to really worry about things of survival. And Rishi Munis were always, they didn't have to worry about bills, they didn't have to worry about EMIs, they didn't have to worry about, phone not picking up because all that was irrelevant. There was telepathy through which communication would happen. They would communicate in astral states. They would communicate in sukshma avatar, what is, out of body experiences. So there are so many things that happen when you are in a state of trance and access the higher consciousness. And through higher consciousness, one can has access to cosmic knowledge. So once you tap into that frequency, it's easily given to you. And QHHT is one of the very quickest way to achieve that higher knowledge, where you don't have to sit and do tapasya for years and years and lifetimes, but through sessions that we do, you know, the higher knowledge is just given to us because now it is time that the normal people like you and me are also educated with the higher knowledge. Otherwise, the ancient knowledge was supposed to only be given to rishi munis or people who have done that much sadhanas and tapasyas. But now it is very commonly available to everyday people. That
so
is why we are allowed to access that information, and that is why we are allowed to access and give it to people.
so
That QHHT becomes one of the modality. Then there's Akashic records. Then there are, so many types of uh, modalities that are now available, but we are tapping the same similar source or even higher.
yeah, actually, Rishi Munis, they have the power to access the higher knowledge. And you are talking about the astral state. Astral state is something like you'll be sleeping and your soul will actually come out of your body, and you can just, like, a person is sleeping in bedroom and their soul will come out of the body and it will be circling around this, and it will be like, to simply say that you'll be seeing yourself in that astral state. Oh, this is me sleeping in the bed, but I am here, but who's that sleeping? But it's actually your body. The thing you're seeing is your body, but your soul has actually come out of it. And with the help of this astral state, we will be able to know many things. So tell us about this astral state, ma'am. So have you experienced any kind of real life experience where a person have told you, like, I was in an astral state and I have seen myself sleeping in the bed and I was just wandering here and there? And also, the other thing, I personally, I'm like, whenever in my dream, I'll be like, I'll be wandering here and there, and I'll also be seeing myself in the bed. Then I'll be like, okay, this is dream. Then I'll be waking up. So this is my personal experience. Other than that, have you had any kind of astral state experience, ma'am?
So yes, first I would like to say what happens in an astral state. Because people should not be scared that, oh, my soul is out of my body. Now what? So, so astral state is again a very natural phenomena. Every human being experiences this at night. As soon as you sleep, what happens when we sleep? Our physical body is resting on the bed, but our soul is always awake and the soul gets bored. So, what does the soul do? It leaves your body, but it is connected with a silver cord always to your body. And that soul can then experience knowledge beyond the physical realm. Now, when our body is traveling on astral realms, it can go anywhere it wants. It can go to libraries, it can go to places it wants to travel, it wants to meet people. The astral realm is magical. But are you allowed to remember what you have seen? You are given information only when you are ready to or open enough in your mind to receive it. That is why the subconscious mind is then checking by giving you this information in dream state. Then you're in awe. You remember, oh, I feel like, I have been to this place before. Have you had that feeling?
Kind
Or
of
I
deja
have
vu.
met,
Yeah,
yes,
deja vu
or have you
feeling.
had feeling that you've met this person before? That is because in an astral travel, you've actually gone, visited that place, you have liked that place, or you've had a conversation with the person before, and then in your physical body, the physical meeting has happened. That is why the familiarity is felt. Okay. Also, if there were timeline jumping that is happening, so the astral body can decide to go to higher realms, meet your masters, meet your guides, go to the creator energy, or it can decide to read, learn about some topics that it wants to bring in now into the human consciousness. Suddenly, there are people who say, oh, I don't like my job. I think I have an inclination to do bakery. So many engineers change their profession. So many hoteliers have changed their profession, or people suddenly switching careers to 180 degrees. Why does that happen? Because now the soul's journey has expanded. The soul on astral level has had access to that okay, now next set of knowledge has to come into your life. So in the physical form, this knowledge is then you start getting interested in those subjects. You start meeting like-minded people in that field. That is how astral travel helps you in your physical life that you're leading.
So please tell us about your real life astral experience, ma'am. Like, what are the things that your clients told about that they themselves experiencing this astral state in their life, ma'am?
So many of them have first of all reported that they felt like they are floating outside their body. Then that keeps recurring when you're allowed to experience these subtle stages. So when the acceptance of okay, something like this happened comes, then you're given a little more. So maybe you then are shown or made to experience where you are actually completely outside your body and you're seeing yourself maybe sitting while you're meditating or you're sleeping at night. you know when that happens, you are also further when you're accepting this concept that okay, something like this is also possible, and I've come back also in my body and it was nothing scary, it was a very pleasant experience. And then you're given a little more. So what happens is you can actually see where you're traveling to, what you're doing, who are you meeting, what do you do in astral state. Because in astral state, we are also performing different roles that we have as a soul. We could be saving some souls, we could be visiting somebody's dreams, we could be meeting a lot of people, we could be working in multi-dimensional realities, in parallel existences. Okay, so a lot of things happen. So people have experienced and shared these things with me, and during the session also, during QHHT also, when they experience astral traveling. So they understand, okay, something like this actually exists for some, people who are experiencing it consciously through the QHHT session.
Like, I also experienced the same thing. Like, I'll be sleeping, like as I told you already, like I'll be like flying here and there, then I'll be remembering like why I'm flying, then I'll be like in a swimming pool, and I'll be entering the swimming pool, like I'll be inside the water. Even uh, even like, hey, how am I able to do this? Because I should breathe actually. Like, I'm inside the swimming pool,
In
I'm inside the
fact,
water.
oh, I'll tell you magic. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what happens. There are so many skills and talents that you learn on astral level. So I personally have learned driving a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, a bus, a truck, and an aeroplane in in my astral travel. So, and when I actually went behind the wheels, I just knew how to drive the car, you know. So these things do happen. So it's not surprising to me. So
But
you must be perhaps learning swimming in astral traveling.
But the thing is that you have been telling that you were being able to fly an aeroplane when you're in an astral state. Like, tell me about it. What kind of experience did you have? Because flying an aeroplane is not a normal job because it requires a lot of skills. Like people train, they spend a
It
lot of
does.
hours in flights.
I remember, but I'll tell you how old, and it was not a dream. It was an astral travel journey. Uh, and I think um, I could be, I think, 15, 14 or 15-year old when I had this experience for the first time. When, there was a series of me learning different vehicles and different types of vehicles to drive. So this was happening in astral journey. And that's when the aeroplane happened. And I was like, okay, is there so as a child back then I would be like, okay, do I have to become a pilot or what do I have to do? So I even went to study, wanted to get admission into aeronautical engineering that or become a pilot. But of course, that path got diverted because there was something else in line. However, four-wheeler driving, I honestly I have learned in my astral travel. So
Yeah, speaking about being a pilot, you have to get yourself not into an aeronautical engineering. Aeronautical engineering is something like we should enroll into an aeronautical engineering only if we want to work outside an aircraft. So if you want to enroll ourselves as a pilot, then we should be completing like a 12th standard minimum, a minimum degree. Then even after 12th standard, you can just enroll yourself into pilot course. Okay. Other than that,
right.
I wanted to tell you that why these kind of things are happening in astral state. Like we do not want to experience this kind of astral state, but why is this happening to us? Is this telling some kind of? I mean, tell us something like even I have many dreams which come true. Like I'll be sleeping, like I'll be early morning 5 o'clock. I'll be just waking myself up, and I'll be like, oh my god, damn god. The time now is 5:25. The time is now 5:30. So I exactly remember the dream. Then I'll be like, okay, it's going to happen someday or the other day. But when it's going to happen, I do not know. And also the same time, I do not know how this will happen because I'll be having dream like in one sequence and the dream will be executed in the other sequence. So what's happening? So why is my dreams are coming true mainly when I dream in the early morning, like around 5 o'clock? So please tell us, is this something which is connected to astral or any kind of subconscious mind thing which is telling what's going to happen in the future? So why these dreams are actually do come true, mainly the dreams which we dream in the early morning, like around 5 o'clock.
So the time is not relevant. Okay.
Okay.
Early morning dreams, because what is happening is your body is now just coming from a delta state to a theta state, which is now getting ready to wake up.
So
So
delta is
again, the
sleeping state, no?
subconscious delta is a sleep state where you're in deep sleep.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
So in delta, you will not get dreams. You will get dreams in theta state. So when you're in theta, now the dreams start appearing. Now the subconscious is giving to us what it needs to either discard or it needs to show us. So premonitions. So it is showing you, because you as a person, as a being, we are all energy beings, are vibrating at a higher state. And we all are naturally designed to be able to tell what is the future, you know, but not everybody taps into it. Now you are naturally, if somebody's getting inclined towards spirituality or metaphysics or spiritual sciences, so your mind is now getting tuned to those frequencies. You're searching more, you're researching more on those lines. So the brain is also aligning, the subconscious is also aligning you on that path. So if on your way, I'll give an example. If on your way to, shopping or say airport, you wanted to get a Xerox, or you say you wanted to eat Chinese food, So when you're looking for a Chinese shop, suddenly you will find rows of Chinese shop. Or you want to look for a red car, you'll only keep seeing a red car on the
That car
street.
theory.
Why is that? So
Yes.
why is that happening? Is because now the subconscious is attuning your frequencies to be a vibrational match to that information that you're seeking. Okay. So when your dreams are also telling you, they could be information dreams. These could be warning dreams. These could just be dreams for you to be mindful of things that are going to happen. And sometimes it can be for your personal information, or it can be for the collective around you, or to your family or extended relatives. So you have to understand how your subconscious is communicating information to you. It is coming through feelings, is it coming through emotions, is it coming through dreams, is it coming through astral travel? So there, or it is coming through synchronicities around you. So depending on what level of vibrational frequency you are and how higher you are open and how much your mind muscle is expanded, the information will also flow to you in that form. Also, you had asked me a question saying, what was the first question you went about with? Saying, what is the meanings of dreams, or, why you're getting dreams, or where is it coming from? Dreams is again a reflection of your subconscious mind. It can be coming from the dream state or the dream world, which is again different dream dimension, which is different from the astral dimension. Okay, so dreams are also a different dimension that we access. Astral is a different dimension that we access. So, where the information wants to come to us, that is chosen by the subconscious, and that gateway is then opened for you. It could also be from parallel realities. Have you experienced parallel realities?
Parallel realities, I have heard about it. Like, I'll be like, I'm dreaming of becoming a movie star, but the thing is that in the real life world I'm struggling for it, but in my parallel world I'm a very big movie star. So this is what I have learned the knowledge about parallel things. But the thing is that I haven't experienced still like parallel things. So please tell us about more about that, ma'am. Have you experienced about this kind of parallel realities?
Yes, I have had the privilege to experience parallel realities. So, what does parallel reality mean? Uh, it is like the space in the fingers, okay, where we are now wanting to jump from this track to this track to this track to this track. Say it's a three-lane highway, okay, it's a three-lane highway, and on the highway now we are on the last track. Okay, we are going about our life, but we also have aspirations where, oh, I wish I had done that. I wish I could have, married someone else, or I wish I could have taken that course. All the maybe I have some regrets, or things like that which you have done or not done. So every juncture in your life where you have to make a choice, when you there is a choice A and choice B, and when you choose choice A for whatever reason, now what happens to the choice B? The choice A has a certain outcome. If I choose this path, I know this is going to happen, and this is what is the end goal of path A. If I choose path B, then I also know that this will be a different outcome. Now, when I choose path A, so this reality starts coming into action based on the choice that I have made in this point in time. But what happens to the choice B? That also, your consciousness then splits, and another part of you starts living that reality, which we are not allowed to know of. Okay. So both of them are the parts, aspects of us are now living both the realities. So this reality on a different dimension, on a different vibration is playing on, and so is choice A. But you are actively here. Okay. Now, in our sleep state, sometimes you jump. You're allowed to see. That is why you think, oh, if I was a doctor, maybe this would have played out. Or if I was a little younger or a little older, this would have been like that, or my dream of a perfect family looks like this. Maybe you made a choice and your current relationship is not going good, but in the other choice, that relationship is beautiful, picture perfect, the way you had envisioned. So you are shown a sneak peek. And why are you shown? Because you have the potential of bringing in the highest and the best energy or experience from that lifetime into this lifetime. You can do that. So, or you, it also on some levels gives closure to people on a subconscious level. So there are various purposes for those various things to happen, and at the right time, the subconscious reveals it to us. Now, when I say subconscious, it is not the part that is the little brain that we say that resides in the body. That to simply
Not the memory
explain to it is
organ.
like it's
That's
like we are, a laptop or a computer, the hardware. So our body is like the hardware. The brain is, like the software, but the coding, all the coding that goes behind the software is the subconscious mind. Okay. Now, who is operating this computer?
that's the
This
biggest question.
computer, who's operating that computer? That is the superconscious. Now, when there is a laptop, who's operating that laptop? My laptop, I am operating, right? So I am the superconscious that is operating this laptop, which has a subconscious, which has the coding, which has all the information. But the laptop thinks it is doing its processes on its own. Whereas who's giving the commands? I am giving the commands. The superconscious is giving the commands. So in this case, the human is giving the commands to the laptop. So where is the superconscious? The superconscious is outside that consciousness. It is not inside the consciousness. So when we have the laptop will not say, human, come and you do this to me, you switch me on, you switch me off, or open this folder. The human will decide what it has to do, right? So in the same way, but it is AI powered. Okay. So AI is also part of it. It was only that we are now discovering AI or, internet. So the possibility of all those things always existed. We had to elevate our vibration to meet it. Like fire also was discovered, it existed. People didn't know of it. But when we elevated, we found fire. We were given fire. So similar way the subconscious works, the higher conscious works, the superconscious works. So when people question the logic, it's like the laptop asking, who's you operating me?
Yeah, I do
Because
understand.
the
Yeah, I do understand. Like whenever we wanted to have something, we have to tap into that frequency if we wanted to have it. So as
yeah.
you told, like the fire is already is already has existed. So we have actually discovered it. So we have not invented it. We have actually discovered it. So in the same way, everything is existing in this world. The only thing we have to do is just tap to the frequency and try to understand it. So if you try to
Yeah.
understand the frequency, then we will be able to experience that state, and also at the same time, this is the basic simple thing. If every people is able to understand everyone's feelings, like understanding their frequency in which they work, then half of the problems will get solved. because
Yes.
because of this only, many people are just fighting because of not able to even they'll be having like friendship around more than 10 years, and they'll be fighting like what you have been doing to me. But the thing is that both of them know very well that they will not harm each other. The thing is that the circumstances happen like that, and they'll not be able to help each other. The thing is that they're forgetting the thing that they both are in the same frequency, in the friendship frequency. And at that time, they, as you told, that whenever we are in the aware state, our logical state, the subconscious just depresses. So people will be logically thinking like, okay, they will not help us, and our subconscious will also tune in the same state, and they will not be helping us. So the only thing,
Absolutely.
as you told, that we should always believe the fact that it's going to happen, keep ourselves in the positive state, and make our subconscious mind dissolve in this positive state, so that it will pick up frequencies and it will make something happen whatever we think.
Yeah, you have to be a frequency match, as simple as that. That is why we say, I like this person or I don't like this person, because the frequency, the vibration is not similar and it's not matched. It's just plain and simple.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So tell me, ma'am, how do you induce a client into a trance state? Because making a client going into a trance state is not like a minute job. It will take at least 5 to 10 minutes, according to my knowledge. So, what do you think is mainly required to make a people grow from the self-conscious state to the trance state? Because only at this state you'll be able to have some access to the subconscious mind. So please tell us about your experience and about your work. So how will you able to get a person from a self-conscious state to a trance state?
So, like I said, this is a very safe process. It is a very natural and normal state that we all human beings experience at least 2 or 3 times in our day. So, we just tap into that natural state that is already existing and we bring it to surface. So we use a combination of techniques, guided imagery, progressive relaxation, gentle hypnosis techniques to induce in a state of trance. And there are various processes, and it's again based on where the client is, what they need at that point in time. So it's a very intuitively guided process. And we have to take into consideration how much the client is then in the relaxation state. So it depends. There are various techniques that we use so that the access to the subconscious is easy and in a very deep, relaxed mind body state.
So tell me, ma'am, did you find any kind of difficulties while making a person going from self-conscious to trance state? Because I have seen many people like, okay, no one can hypnotize me. I am a very strong person in mind and physical body. No one can hypnotize me. Have you faced any kind of difficulties in making them go to a trance state? Or how much time do you require minimum to make a person to go to a trance state?
So for me to induce anybody in trance, 1 or 2 minutes, not more. And I have never incurred the issue where people are not going in trance. Going in trance is very, very easy. But staying in trance is where the logical mind of the person who is in trance starts interfering because they are more curious. They come with expectations, they come with what they have read. And another limiting belief where they think, oh, hypnosis means my mind is going to get controlled. So, even like you, how you mentioned, I'm very strong, nobody can do this and that. Whereas if you are somebody who can fall asleep, then you can be hypnotized. So there is nobody who doesn't sleep. If you can sleep, you can be hypnotized.
So it's
So
like
it's
we
that.
should, yeah, we should always stay awake, keep our eyes like owl in the night so that we'll not be able to hypnotize by anybody. But as you told, like you can
That's not how the body works, right? So that's not. But
yes, tell me, ma'am. You told me that you can hypnotize a person within 2 to 3 minutes. So having this kind of profession and having
yes,
this
you were
kind of
saying.
experiences, when did you like master yourself in this profession, ma'am? Like at what age? What inspired you to get into to get in you enrolled in this kind of profession? And when did you think that okay, now I have become a master and I can hypnotize a person within 2 to 3 minutes? So when did you, and actually tell us about your journey, like how much years did you practice to have a milestone like this, ma'am?
So at the age of 7, I knew I wanted to become a hypnotherapist. It was very, very clear, concise, and to the point, clear. So I never had a doubt. But then life happened. A lot of things happened, which then put me back on the path to this. And since 2012, when my first introduction to hypnotherapy actually happened, is when I was practicing this. And then Dolores came in my life. I literally say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So, with Dr. Brian Weiss's work, then I moved into life beyond this world. where I was more interested in researching about extraterrestrials and that kind, those phenomena or higher dimensions. And from there, then Dolores came. She found me. She chose me to be her practitioner, and I take her work forward. And a lot of years of experience. And I don't consider myself the master who knows everything, because my masters are still always, I'm a lifelong student and I'm learning as I go. And it's always them who have blessed me with this ability, this knowledge, and the means to do this and spread their work, and let the people receive their healing that they are receiving through this. So, uh, you know, the skill of knowing when and how to induce and how to, make sure that the client receives the best that is meant for them, that comes over practice 100%. So that practice was through consistency only, through dedication. And this is a very new field in India, not many are aware of it. So holding the fort when nobody knows about the technology, about the therapy, and still going through it, it's not easy. It needs strength of mind and character to push through all the odds and spread awareness so that people can take maximum benefit of it.
Speaking about extraterrestrial, so are they really the aliens or the higher soul, higher kind of energies you are speaking about? What kind of extraterrestrial creatures are you referring actually, ma'am?
So it is again you and me, our advanced forms, our oversoul, our advanced forms, our lifetime, which we are living on that realms, and we are also reincarnated on this planet. Those are more, and they don't like being called aliens because they are all benevolent beings. They are our family, they are us, and I can't be scared of myself. So that's how it is.
It's like an upgraded version of yourself which is existing in the near future. So that's what you're trying to tell, right, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay.
in the distant future. And the sooner you align, the sooner you get to experience them.
So have you ever find yourself like, okay, like, have you seen this movie called Interstellar? Hello, is my voice
I
audible?
have. I have.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So speaking about Interstellar,
Yes, you are.
yeah, in the climax, the hero will be looking at the library and he'll be looking at his doctor, and the director of this movie, Christopher Nolan, will be like, okay, I'm just explaining the audience what is actually called as fourth dimension. So tell us, ma'am, these things are actually existing. Like, can we see ourselves like in the fourth dimension? And I really do not know what director is trying to convey via this scene. So tell us how this kind of things do impact you, and tell us about this kind of things in which we can see ourselves in a very different state. Like we are existing in one state and we can see ourselves in the other state, like very similar to this astral state.
UHHT.
Yes, come on, ma'am.
So when you take the therapy, QHHT, you will be able to experience if your subconscious wants you to experience.
So with the help of this QHHT quantum healing,
Am
you are
I
saying that,
audible?
yeah, you're audible. With the help of this quantum healing, you're telling that you will be able to experience yourself by making yourself go into a different state. That's right, ma'am?
Yes. And through QHHT, it's very easy. Through meditations also, I think a lot of people who meditate have seen themselves. And then the group hypnosis sessions that I conduct. So in the entire group is taken into a hypnotic state, and then they see themselves as in their other lifetimes that they were, or in other realities that they were, and then they are brought back. So it's a very exciting session. We do three modalities, and we let you explore your subconscious potential. And it's like a sneak peek into the world of quantum physics. And quantum healing.
Yeah, I have seen this kind of quantum physics, quantum healing all in Ant-Man movie. That's a Hollywood movie where people will be able to go into the quantum realm. So it's all getting too much technical. But the thing is that ordinary people should actually try to understand what we are actually talking in this interview. I'm actually an ordinary person, and the thing is that what is the major and common question which is asked to you as a client, or whoever clients come to you, they'll be asking a very frequently common question in order to make themselves come out of past trauma and in order to upgrade themselves. So what is the common question asked by them to you, ma'am?
So the common questions, there's a theme of questions which people come to me with. Like I'm always stressed, I'm anxious, I have a lot of fear, and I don't know, lack of clarity, lack of focus, and I don't know what's my life's purpose. What do I do ahead? So this is a constant theme where a lot of individuals are coming, and then there are also some aspects of I feel somebody has a done something on me or has an evil eye on me, a lot of jealousy. I feel there is this, or fear-based emotions that they experience. These are very common questions that people come to and have found relief, have found healing answers, and then they go back with clarity. They go back with what is their life's purpose. They go back completely healed, aligned, and steps. So whatever was inducing anxiety or fear or overthinking spiral and stress, all the root causes are understood, eliminated. So you're much more capable of handling the situations differently. With that emotional surge, you don't know what you have to do. But when that emotion is now cut and is released, then your mind is at a very peaceful, calm state where you can process and find solutions. And the solutions are also given to them by their subconscious in the session.
And the other thing is that if you wanted to tell any kind of advice to your fellow juniors who is following your same profession, like they wanted to be a QHHT practitioner, and if they wanted to be a hypno healer, successful hypno healer like you, so what kind of advice generally you give to the juniors via this interview, ma'am?
Well, the advice is very simple and clear. It's what Dolores also believes a practitioner should be doing is follow a heart-centric approach. We have to the primary goal for me personally is to ensure that I am the person I needed when they need help or they need that resolution, they need to have that support system. So I am that platform for the people that need me. And I wish and pray that people who take up this job have a lot of patience and show empathy and are there for their participants and clients in the same way, which is heart centric.
So basically, you're like a platform. You're helping to guide them, like when you're waiting for a train, and if you just thinking of, okay, some person should help me to figure out where my train is actually coming. So in the same way, you are in this hypno healing platform trying to guide them to go in a right way in order to make themselves upgrade in their life and to forget every kind of physical traumas, mental traumas they're facing in this life. That's a kind of great advice which you can very well give to your fellow juniors. So, and the other thing is that if you wanted to tell any kind of message to this world via this interview, what kind of message do you want to tell to me and to people all over the world who are seeing this interview right now, ma'am? Is there any kind of message you want to pass?
Yes, 100%. First of all, be kind to yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay wherever we are, whatever we are going through. We have to learn where we are, what we are doing, and don't feel shy to ask for help. Ask help from your family, ask help from your friends, your therapists, to support you, to guide you, to nurture you. And with that support, make sure you are healed, your environment is healed, because that helps us raise our vibrations. It helps us raise our family's vibrations. That in turn helps the society, and that in turn is going to help the earth. So, so eventually the goal is to help the planet to come at a better state so that this is our home. So that starts with us being happy and healed. So be kind to yourself and self-love. Self-love is utmost important. There is no substitute to self-love. So that is something I would like the listeners, the viewers, and anybody who resonates with this message to understand. And if you don't know how you have to go about it, then do get in touch. We are here to help you. We would love to be part of your journey and get you on board and see how you progress and grow in your life. This is very transformational.
Yeah, okay. And the interview's final question is, tell us about your future ventures, about your profession. What are the ventures you are trying to plan being a QHST practitioner?
So it's not just limited to QHHT. So Namalogy is a quantum wellness center. And at the center, we have included a lot of therapies. We are including chakras, meditation, sound healing. We have astrology, Vastu consultation. We have tarot reading. And we have courses coming up so people can learn and start healing themselves. Then we have meditations, we have satsangs that happen. So there is a lot uh, that there's there to offer, and I would love for people to take the benefit of it and in person, online, make the most of it. It's the best time on the planet that we are living. All you need to do is ask, and help is there. And there are people just there. And at Kunamalogy Quantum Wellness Center, we are always here to welcome you, to help you, to align you with your highest, truest, best version of yourself.
Yeah, thank you once again for joining in this interview and giving a lot of information regarding your QHT practitioner and also basically a hypno healer. And thank you once again for having me in this interview and having me as a host in this interview. And today our guest is Honorable Namrata Mane ma'am. She is a great hypno healer and a QHT practitioner. And she has given a lot of ideas regarding this kind of hypno healing techniques, and also uh, people who do not know about this quantum healing technique can please connect to her. I'll just share her Instagram ID and also her company's office address and everything. Whatever you needed to do, just give her a call, and she's already, as she mentioned, she's already very well available to help you. So the only thing you have to do is, whatever you wanted to have something in your life, you have to go for it, you have to ask for it. And if you have any kind of doubts in your life regarding in achieving your passion or going through the success path, the only thing you have to do is remove your obstacle by just going into your very well subconscious mind. And the person who can help you do this is our friend hypno healer, the famous Namrata Made ma'am. Thank you once again, ma'am, for having this interview. And
Thank you for having me here. And
we'll just conclude this
yes,
interview.
it was a pleasure
And
talking to you.
yeah, okay, ma'am. And we'll again plan for some kind of offline interview in the nearby future. Yeah, okay, ma'am. Yeah,
Yes, all
okay.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Wonderful.
Once again, thank you for everything.
Thank
And this is Krishna signing here in Woman Today YouTube channel. Please do subscribe to our channel. Please click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever I do post new videos regarding women entrepreneurs in this across the world. And please comment something if you have any kind of doubts, not only regarding this interview. If you have any kind of doubts regarding the hypno healer and any kind of doubts, please do comment in the comment section so that I'll be able to help you out. And Namrata Mani ma'am is also ready to help you out. And thank you for everything. This is signing off. This is Krishna, and today our guest is Namrata Mani ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So it was a nice interview with you.